This section continues the discussion of project selection methods and, more specifically, cash flow analysis techniques. The 4 techniques that we'll be reviewing are payback period, which is the least precise technique, discounted cash flows, net present value, which is the most conservative technique, and internal rate of return. Payback period is exactly what its name implies. It's the length of time it takes the organization to recoup the initial costs of producing the product, service, or result. It compares the initial investment to the cash inflows expected over the life of the product, service, or result. It's the least precise because it does not take the time value of money into consideration with its calculations. The time value of money is the value of the cash in future years. I'll explain the time value of money in the next example. But before we examine the time value of money, let's take a look at an example of payback period analysis. Let's say that Project A and Project B require an initial investment of $400,000. But in performing some market demand analysis and financial forecasts, it's anticipated that the results of Project A would produce $25,000 in revenue per quarter. At $25,000 per quarter, that's $100,000 per year. It would take 4 years for the company to recoup its initial investment. Project B, on the other hand, is expected to produce $50,000 per quarter, which is $200,000 a year. Since the revenue is twice as high as Project A, it would only take 2 years to recoup the initial investment, and Project B would be chosen over Project A. I'm going to take a moment to advise you of something now for the exam. Make sure you understand the calculations and how I've written them here. The example is easy to understand so that it illustrates the project selection method. But in the exam, don't expect the numbers to be this clean, and don't expect them to be listed consistently in the same types of time periods, like quarters. One project's revenues could be listed in months and the other in quarters. Make sure you know how to convert the time frames and set up your calculations so you're not tripped up by the arithmetic. Now in the next section, we're ready to look at selection methods that use the time value of money in their equations.